Hey guys, I want to talk to you about the energy that we're in right now, the very, very powerful energy that we're in to actually shift within ourselves. See, today is it's the new moon, and there's also an eclipse. And we had time about 6 months ago, it was in March, we had an eclipse. And at that point in time, those of us that were really aware were doing things to release all the things that are not beneficial to us anymore. And it's more than like directing it, just being really willing to have things like that extracted from us. You know, the reason I was doing it so heavily in March is because there were things back in 2012 that I should have been releasing, and I did not do the work in 2012 to release it. And so things had to get very intense for me to see the need to do the work, you know, to go ahead and release it. And the analogy that I have for it is like, I don't know if you've ever had a splinter, but when you get it, if you don't get all the pieces of the splinter out, it'll form like a pus pocket around it. And it can get pretty infected and ugly. And the reminder in that is that when we have things that happen to us emotionally, and we don't do the work to extract all the pieces of that, these little seeds remain in there that create havoc in our body. And so sometimes things have to get very intense for us to understand the need to wake up. And that's the only reason they get intense, is to say, wake up. And once we understand that that's all that's going on, that's why there's so much intensity there, it's easier for us to stand there and to say, you know, that's usually when people pray because they want help. They don't know where else to turn. And when we make that supplication, you know, to our divine source, that's when we get the answers. That's when we start getting some of the relief, that feeling inside of our body. So the energy that we're dealing with right now is some of the most unique energy that we've had in literally, some of it is thousands of years. My personal belief is that every other civilization had to be wiped out whenever there was a shift in consciousness. And I know you hear these terms all the time, and sometimes we don't understand what it means. But we are going through a shift. This planet is going through a shift. That's why we feel chaos everywhere. That's why we're going to see a lot more chaos to come. And I think a lot of the time that we're receiving stuff right now is to kind of get us prepared for that shift in consciousness, because for the first time in human existence, we have a chance to actually like live through a shift in consciousness as a race. And that's pretty powerful, because before we would have had to have been wiped out as a race and start over. We've had times, you know, people have these beliefs about people from Atlantis, or people, you know, like the Mayan cultures that were just wiped out, entire civilizations. And if we have the chance right now to be evolving to a point that we could actually raise our consciousness and our awareness enough to make it through a shift like that, it makes sense why we would have so much chaos in our day-to-day life surrounding relationships and all the things that are like, they seem like petty little things that just test us to the limit to see if we're actually gonna like crater, if we're gonna give up, if we're gonna curse God or whoever you believe in. So this is the time right now to be realizing that in this shift that we're in the energies that we're feeling right now, if you're going through chaos, take the opportunity to wake up. Like, be really aware of what you're going through. See what can be shifted at an internal level. And this is not about changing another individual in your world. If you're having a relationship issue, this is not about changing that person. The things that you're being given are for you to be able to work on you. It's all for us to just look right here and make a change. Listen to that song, The Man in the Mirror. If you really want to make a change, it has to be right here. And this is the perfect time. We are in the perfect alignment to make changes at an internal level that can be really long-lasting. So the goal is to, when chaotic things come up, it's not to inflict dark energy. That's the time that we tap into the strongest force that we have the ability to tap into, which is our divine source. And we can use that energy as a wand of stability that goes through our bodies straight into the earth. And that's what they mean by bringing heaven to earth, right? We've got that ability to bring that source right here, and from the inside out, extract all that remaining gunk that has no business being in there anymore. And at that point, we get to turn to pure divine love. Because when we're empowered by that source, and we're not leaning on anyone else around us, and we're not trying to change anyone else around us, but we're truly affecting change within our own body, that's the purest form of love that we could have for ourselves. And it changes our frequency, literally. It's like when we can convert our body to pure, firm resolve in the fact that we are okay. We're connected to our source. We're pure, divine love at that point. Our frequency shifts. And when our frequency shifts, people around us do not have a choice but to shift their frequency. And it will either allow them to raise in their frequency, or they'll be repelled and they leave. But regardless, when you're doing the work right here on yourself, it's truly affecting change for you in your life. And that's why it's so important right now, when we have energies that are this intense to work with, that we work with it. So take the time this weekend. Do the work. Actually be open to whatever needs to be released. Ask that your divine source help you release it and convert that space to pure, divine, radiant love. And use that energy over the next week or so. Make the commitment that you're going to take the time for yourself to heal, so that your consciousness can shift, and so you are capable of handling whatever comes next. We are going to face more chaos, and we need to learn to get a handle on it right now, because if we don't, it's going to be really, really tough. So take this energy, take the energy that we've got, get that connection. I cannot say it enough times. That connection to divine source is going to be your saving grace. It's going to help carry through no matter what comes up. And thank every single person that's been throwing BS at you, because they've been the strongest sacred messengers to you to wake up. So it's time. It's time to do the work. If you've been doing the work, it's time to continue doing the work, because we are evolving. I also want to give you guys a quick little hint for those that are having a really difficult time. They feel like they're like leaving their body almost. There's some things that you can do to really ground it back in. You can take and press right here on your upper lip, you'll know exactly where to press. Press in real hard and it'll just bring you right back into your body. Also, you can squeeze right in here on your hands on both sides, and it'll help balance out those meridians. I know a lot of people have been feeling real funky feelings, you know, like heart palpitations, teeth have been hurting, massive headaches. And this will help you ground right back into your body, okay? And remember these words to merge the vertical dimension with the horizontal dimension, and it'll help you get through all the chaotic feelings, okay? Feel a great big huge hug, guys. I love you. I know we're all going through it together, and we will make it. Everything is okay, and it's perfect as it is to help us evolve into this new consciousness. So talk to you soon. Bye.